Good Monday makers. I hope you all had a great weekend and are ready to check out some builds with me. This week we're going to be looking at a truck bed banner frame, a hot tub cover stand, a food stand banner frame, a duck blind, an ATV canopy, and a holiday light show display. All kinds of great builds. And remember, even if you're not making any of these specific things, you can still watch along and learn some techniques that you can incorporate into whatever it is you want to make with EMT conduit, connectors, and other materials. Let's jump into today's builds. First up is this truck bed banner frame built by Ronnie. This is awesome. You can see here, it looks like he's got a gutter cleaning business and wanted to do some local advertising. So he made this frame that attaches to the bed of his truck. And this is the only picture that we received, so we can't really see a lot of the details. But from what I understand, it looks like there's maybe some 2x4s or some kind of bed rails attached. And then from there, he's got the verticals attached to the banner frame. And it looks like just a simple 2D rectangle. And if you're ever making a 2D rectangle, it's just corners that come together, and there's not a third pipe that creates like a corner for a box. If you're just making a flat rectangle, then T connectors is the way to go. And it looks like he's got T connectors, one in each corner there, and then he's just using that to basically spread apart and pull the banner tight within that. And then he's using, it looks like ball bungees I think ball bungees, maybe zip ties to pull the banner tight. Secured in there, looks awesome. And if you're in the Cape May area and need your gutters cleaned, this is the person to check out. They got a maker pipe banner frame, so that's really cool. Really awesome job, Ronnie. Thanks so much for sharing this. Really cool build. Next up is a project from Jim, and this is awesome. This is a hot tub cover stand. As you can see, they got a hot tub here, and they've got the cover. And if you've ever, had a hot tub, or you've gone somewhere that you've used a hot tub and you've had to take the cover on and off, it can be a pain, especially if you've got to just get it off of there and then lean it up against the wall or put it on the ground or something. It's kind of annoying. So what Jim wanted to do was create a stand that would support it whenever they're actually using the hot tub. And I like the frame that he made. It's really cool. You can see here that instead of it having legs in the back, it secures to the fence, which is really unique. And I really like how this looks. And basically to achieve this, you basically just got a long piece of conduit. This might even be a full 10-foot piece that he added a 90-degree bend, a little more than halfway down, it looks like. And then he just added some horizontal pieces of conduit with T connectors on both ends, as you can see there. So it's just the 3 bent pieces of conduit, and then the horizontal pieces just connected to those 3 with T connectors. And here it is, the finished frame. And then, like I said, I think he secured the front verticals, probably put like rebar stakes or something in the ground, and then put the conduit over top of it. Maybe not, maybe it wasn't necessary, but then secured the back horizontal to the fence post, it looks like, with 1 or 2 hole straps, which is a great way to secure it. And here you can see the cover is on the hot tub, and then whenever you're ready to put it on there, you can just easily slide it over from the hot tub to there, and you've got it stored while you're using it. So really awesome. Thanks so much, Jim, for sharing this. Really clever build. Next up is a banner frame built for a food pop-up stand. This is really cool. This is a company, I think it's Chicking, I think is the name of the company, and it looks like they have all kinds of delicious chicken and things down here. It's making me hungry. But they built a banner display frame for their food stand at this festival they were going to, which is really awesome. And here we can see it finished. Then they also shared a video of them putting it together. Looks like they used 1/2-inch EMT conduit. I can see the shims in there with the connectors. And basically, as you can see in the finished frame, it's got the top part that has the kind of name of the restaurant and everything, and then the bottom part has some artwork and things. So the middle is where customers walk up and order, and food gets passed in and out of. So to do this, they basically just built an EMT conduit rectangle and just built it that same way, where the top part has the banner pulled tight inside the upper rectangle, then the middle is where the food gets passed through and everything, and then the bottom rectangle is just repeated like the top one is to pull the banner frame, or to pull the banner tight on both pieces. And then it looks like they just disconnected it and had 2 pieces that they could put together whenever they get the stand put together at the festival, which is really cool. And just a really simple frame. Looks like T connectors and 180-degree connectors to put this together, but a really cool idea. So thanks so much for sharing this. Really great build. Next up is a hunting blind built by Travis, and this is really cool. We see a lot of boat blinds, but this is a freestanding blind for a field, and this is really cool. You can see that the EMT conduit, it's got some horizontal pieces on the ground that act as kind of the stand and legs, and then some vertical pieces go up, and I really like how they made these. So they're joined together with a coupling in the middle, and then they've got the very front part goes up and then arches up to kind of create the structure and the slope that you need to provide some cover. And then the hunters are inside of here, and then they can stand up out of the top. But they've got this nice curvature to it with the bins, and they used, it looks like, adjustable angle connectors to add another vertical that goes down to the horizontal pipe. And then you can see some T connectors to add some pipes from the one side to the other. And they spray painted the whole frame brown, and it just looks really awesome. And then there it is, all finished with the camouflage attached to the frame, and it looks really great. So thanks so much for sharing this, Travis. Really great build. Next up is a ATV cover or canopy built by YouTube393. And this is really unique because they had a rack on the front and back of the ATV, as you can see here, and they use connectors just directly attached to those racks to make the canopy, which is really awesome. So you can see it looks like they already had some canopy fittings and had a rectangle for the canopy to pull it tight, but they needed a way to get that attached to the ATV. So they just use maker pipe T connectors to attach to various parts of the racks and created a vertical and then an angled piece here. And this is a really great technique. I try to mention it as much as possible because I don't think a lot of people realize that if you've got a horizontal pipe like this or a rack, you can attach to it and then angle pipes off of it using the T connector. Normally the T, if it's in this orientation, straight up and down, making a 90-degree elbow. But if if you're able to, and it's in this right plane, you can twist it on the pipe and then secure it in place, and you'll have an angled piece. And that's a really good way to kind of get an adjustable angle, if you want to call it that, with the T connector. So that's really cool and a good technique to mention. But you can see just using a few T connectors and some pieces of conduit to attach this frame they already had. And that is, now providing shade to the rider as they're rolling around on this ATV. So really cool, nice and simple build, but it gets the job done and allows you to utilize the racks you already have on the frame. And it's just really cool. So thanks so much for sharing this. Really appreciate it. Last but not least this week is a holiday light show and display frames built by Keith. He said he had a friend who had a business that wanted to add some festivity to the building, and so they've got a holiday display that has both Christmas and Halloween lights on it. And right now, because Halloween is fast approaching, they've got the Halloween display set up, and you can see here it is finished, and we'll look at a video here in a second, but here's the lights all set up and turned on at night. But here's kind of a shot of in the daytime. We can see the frames that were made, and it looks like just using various connectors, they basically built display frames that sit on the kind of the ledge here on the roof. He's got those anchored with sandbags, and he said he had an old prop, like a really heavy mega tree base you can see here with cinder blocks and things, and they're kind of using that as an anchor since it was already up there. They just attached a pipe going down and then kind of anchored it. Just added that for added security, which is a good idea. But basically, you can see just built a framework to support the various props they have. Got the fencing there, and then they've got some different pieces attached to the frames, and then those, of course, have lights in them. And really simple, nothing too complicated. You're really just making, most of these light frames or pieces are really light. No pun intended. And so you don't have to create anything too crazy to support them. Just kind of need something to securely attach them to. As you can see here, just, 2 pipes that go up with T connectors and just supporting that there. And then again, like I said, they've got sandbags adding some anchors, which is really cool. And then the same kind of thing over here for some more pieces. And then you can see another frame in the back for supporting this tree. And just looks really awesome. And if we go back, we can see the video here. And this is really cool. You can see it lighting up. It looks like they have a chiropractic office. But it's always fun to see these shows in person and the videos. We love it when you guys share them. But this one's really cool. You can see all the frames we just looked at up top lighting up. They got lights around the window. They've got something hanging on the front of the building here. They've got lights around the door, on the vertical uprights in the corners. It just looks really awesome. and this is just a great build. And he said once the Halloween's over with, they're going to take down the Halloween themed props, keep the frames the same, and just switch them out for Christmas lights and different props. So really cool and great use of materials and space, and I love seeing it. Thanks everybody for posting your builds this week. We always love seeing them and doing these episodes. If you want to share your build, there's lots of different ways that you can do it. You can email them to us, you can text them to us, you can post in the community. We also have a Facebook group, or you can post on social media and tag us. All kinds of different ways to share your builds, and we love to see them. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, leave a like and consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.